Imagine one day you wake up ready to go. You head your car outside and that thing sounds like a race car. Well, unfortunately, your catalytic converter has been stolen. This is a large issue not only in California and Sacramento, but also anywhere with cars. To combat this issue, we came up with a device that uses a sensor to detect if a thief is under your car. This sensor will then turn the car alarm on and send a recording to your phone. We are trying to make theft of a catalytic converter a non-rewarding possibility, as well as a product that doesn't get destroyed easily, as well as making it viable for car companies to use a product like this and design one.
If you're not aware, catalytic converters are required by the Clean Air Act, reduces toxic emissions from internal combustion engine vehicles. Catalytic converters are made from special metals which removes toxic elements from the exhaust gases. Because of these metals being so expensive, the rise of theft of catalytic converters has risen throughout the year. According to studies, California alone has one of the highest theft of catalytic converters, while New York went up by 670% from 2019 to 2021. According to NADA, between the year of 2019 and 2022, from amount dropping of 1,215 catalytic converters has been stolen. Stolen catalytic converters are sold from $20 to $350 in the black market. Lawmakers in California has introduced a suite of bills that should make it more difficult for thieves to find a marketplace for parts. Scrap metal recyclers and junk dealers will have to document how they are buying catalytic converters, from whom, and to ensure businesses are being done with qualified sellers. As a result, stolen catalytic converters will just be thrown away or scrapped in scrap yards. It will cost vehicle owners from a minimum of $1,000 to $2,500. What's so sad about this is a lot of car owners, especially older vehicles, will not have comprehensive coverage. They will have to pay out of pocket while insurance may sometimes not be covered. You might be wondering how our technology might be different from what we have right now in the market. Well, our device is state of the art that will not only work with newer vehicles, but will also work with older vehicles. We will work alongside insurance companies to make sure that people will get their coverage if their catalytic converters get stolen. Our goal is to make our anti-theft device a regulated device for vehicles of all ages.
Competitors and the market. When we looked at products like ours, we looked at things they did and did not do to try to expand on our own product. The first thing we thought of was a wireless connection to your phone. Other options to solve the same problem included a key that turns the device on and off, and another one that was no key but you service it after a while for battery life. Ours, you set the sensor up with a phone as a save battery life during the day. Once you set the sensor, it can be activated and send a warning with a recording to your phone. Another set of choices was the alarm. We could mount an alarm onto the device and have it alert underneath the car. We decided to use the car's alarm as well as the cameras if the car has it. A recording would be sent to your phone if a thief got to it, but the car alarm would hopefully stop that. There are other anti-theft devices in the market. Ours would hopefully do what it needs to without cutting corners and advancing the industry. A valuation of ours would be around $200, while other competitors would be around $30.
As was previously stated, our device is worth $200, while other similar devices are only worth approximately $30. Now, there are two reasons for this discrepancy. The first reason being how our device is made. Firstly, our device is made with a motherboard on the inside that helps to control the sensor. And the sensor is there to make sure that your catalytic converter is still there and not stolen. While also the motherboard sends out is wired out to your backup cameras and any other cameras, and also your car alarm, so that if the sensor detects that your catalytic converter is no longer there, it will send a signal to the backup camera and all your other cameras and your car alarm to start going off and recording video. Now, once the video is being recorded, it will then send the video to an app on your phone, while also alerting your insurance with the video that your catalytic converter may have been stolen. Now, this is different from what other similar devices do. Other similar devices, they do not send any video or send anything to your insurance. All they will do is play a car alarm and maybe spook the thief. But if you have one of these on your car, the thief might not take it, or he might take it, but you might get a full refund from your insurance because your insurance can see that this man stole it. Well, also, our device allows you to be able to have a chance, at least, of being able to catch the culprit. As if you had no cameras recording anyone, no one would know who was stealing it. But since we have cameras on our device, or we can connect to the cameras on your car, we can actually see who stole it in some cases.
For materials, the PCB, also known as the printed circuit board, is the most important part of any electronic device. This is due to the wirings and printed wirings of the motherboard. This is what gives life to any electronic devices. Materials usually will include metals like copper, aluminum, and nickel because of their conductivity, and these metals are used to manufacture the capacitors, resistors, and transducers. Silicon is important because it's what builds the microchip, which is the brain of any tech devices. We will also be using raw materials like ceramic, which will be used as insulators in most electronic components. Although what's inside our device is important, our group had to plan out what material will we be holding the electronic device together. We had to make sure it will be something strong and durable and able to make this device successful. For the outer case of our anti-theft device, we decided to use PEI, also known as polyethermite. Polyethermite is a strong thermoplastic in today's market. It is a strong chemical and flame-resistant material. This material alone can withstand temperatures from a whopping 170 Celsius to 219 Celsius. On top of that, polyethermite is flexible while being rigid. This will allow us to be able to mold the plastic to our desired shapes. Most importantly, this material will be flame resistant, which means you won't have to worry about it catching on fire. This material alone can be lightweight alternative to metal, which has an increasing demand in automotives, medical, and industrial application. However, one of the downsides of the material is the color. Not a lot of people will be a fan of the color. However, it will for sure prevent your catalytic converter being stolen and stop your car from catching fire. Another major disadvantage of this material will be the pricing. You may be wondering, why would we use an expensive plastic over something that is cheaper? Well, for our products, safety is the key for any of our consumers. The price of our product is what we are willing to compromise for the safety. This material can withstand extreme weather conditions, these conditions that your car will encounter in the future.
To wrap up what's been said, catalytic converter theft has been on the rise in the last few years. And our competitors don't have products that really are suitable in combating catalytic converter theft, which is why our device is very needed in the current times, because it allows you to be able to easily track your catalytic converter while also being able to show your insurance that your catalytic converter has been stolen. Now, I would like to thank you for listening to our presentation, and here are the sources that we have used to create this presentation.